This is it. What is going on, guys? Mike with Chit Chat Gaming. So today we are going to be taking a look at the HyperX Solocast. Now, I've been in the market here recently for a new microphone, and not so much for like my YouTube content creation and such, but more for streaming. Because typically for YouTube, I use my DSLR camera along with my Rode microphone here that I typically use. Right now, I'm using my lavalier and stuff. But again, though, I've been looking for a new microphone here to be able to stream with, and also to be able to do voiceovers and game captures as well here too. So the old one I had was just a basic one I got off Amazon here. It was fairly cheap. And I mean fairly cheap, I mean like probably like maybe 30 some bucks or something like that. It was an XLR microphone. It worked pretty good, but the quality was starting to get kind of bad. You couldn't really be anywhere less than maybe a foot with that, and it wouldn't pick up the noise and such, or pick up your voice and such here. So I went ahead and I was like, you know what, we're gonna take a look and see if we can find a microphone here. But if you're like me, I like great products, of course. I like good quality products, but I also don't like to break the bank as well too. Now, if it was going to be my full-time job, if I was doing full-time streaming and not so much, YouTube content creation and such, then of course, yes, I would go ahead and probably spend more money and get a better microphone. Or I don't know what the word better should be, but I get a more expensive microphone is what I should say. But again, though, there is so many different options out there for you guys here today that you're going to get great quality from a microphone without having to break the bank. And that's exactly what the HyperX Solocast is going to do. Now, there is a HyperX Quadcast out there as well too. There's a Quadcast Pro. Now, the difference between this one and the Quadcast, of course, is in the name. The Quadcast, you're going to get 4 different options. Rather than this one here, you're really going to get 1 option. But we're going to talk about that here because it's really, if as a streamer and if you're a YouTube content creator, it's really all you need. But yeah, again, though, this is going to run you $59.99 here. I got mine on Best Buy. Again, the name Solocast is going to be more a reference towards the fact that you only get 1 option on here, and it's going to be the cardioid, which I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. I think it's cardioid. And basically what that means is that you're going to set that option. Well, this one here is no option set, but basically what it's going to do is it's going to capture everything in front of you as like a heart-shaped, hence the name cardioid. And basically what it's going to do is just capture everything in this area here. Whereas with, like I said, with the Quadcast and such, you're going to be able to do like more of like a podcast or an interviews type, or you can do different kinds of options here where you can capture sound all around you. But let's be honest here, as a YouTube content creator or as a streamer, you really only need to get what's in front of you. You only really need to capture what's in front of you. I'm not looking to do interviews. I'm going to be putting this thing on a boom pole right in front of me here, and that's really about it here. So again, though, let's go ahead though, let's take a look and let's talk about what's inside here. So what you get inside the box is pretty simple. You're going to get the mic right here, which is your HyperX, like I said, Solocast. So the mic is fairly small here. It's not quite as small, I think, as the Siren Mini, which, by the way, I did have the Siren X right before this. I picked it up, and I didn't like it. There's a lot of things that I picked up tons and tons and tons of background noise. So I ended up returning it, and I ended up ordering this one here too, which I'm glad because I've used this one now a couple times on stream, and I'm going to say that it picks up some background noise and such, but nowhere near as the Siren X, the Razer Siren X. I had to do so many different filters and compressors and such, which I don't have a problem with normally. But with this here too, I literally just plug and play. Now, so let's go ahead and let's talk about what you're going to get inside the box. So it's pretty simple. Like I said, inside the box, you're going to get your HyperX Solocast microphone, and you're also going to get cable here, USB to USB-C cable, so that way you can actually plug it into your computer. And then you're going to get a stand, which the stand is pretty basic. It's kind of heavy on the bottom. It's a metal on the bottom, but it's plastic on top here. It does, fit right on in. It's pretty easy to take in and out. You just literally pop it in and boom, pop it out. Now, I, for one, am not going to be using the stand. As many people know, with streaming and such and doing, content creation stuff, or using your keyboard a lot, especially if you have a mechanical keyboard like myself, you're going to pick up the keyboard noise and stuff. And we'll go ahead and we'll check that out here in just a moment as well, too. We're going to put that down here. But I'm going to be using my HyperX Solocast here on my actual boom pole or on an arm for my desktop. So, but again though, guys, what you're going to get here is just the Solocast is going to be a cardioid 1 option here. So there's no way to go ahead and adjust the gain as well too. So that's another thing that's kind of missing. But again though, you're looking at $60 versus $140 for the Quadcast, which has the gain control as well here too, which if you're streaming, you're using like OBS or OBS Streamlabs or Streamlabs OBS, whatever, then like I use, then basically you're going to be using your gain and stuff on there as well too. It's nice to have on here, but it's, for me, it's not really needed. One cool thing that is definitely awesome on here is you do get the touch mute. So you can basically, if you're actually streaming or whatnot, you just touch that, boom, it mutes it. So like me, I have kids and dogs and such. So there's a lot of noise going on. I just basically hit this once, boom, and it mutes it as well too. So again, that definitely does help out when you're streaming or doing any kind of content creation. But really, guys, that's all you're going to get inside here. There's no additional hardware or anything you need to have. There's no additional software you need to use as well too. You can use OBS. You can use anything else that you're using for your audio mixing and such as well here too. Now again, though, I just want to do a quick video here to show you guys what I think of it here. I have used this for a couple days now, and I'm going to say compared to the Siren X, I've had nothing but great experience with it. Now, one thing I did go ahead and add to this microphone was I did add a pop filter here. So this was actually from my original microphone I had, and I was like, you know what, this will probably fit because it looks like a pretty basic one. So I went ahead and I did, fit this bad boy on top of here, which it fits out perfect, as you can see here. So when I went ahead and did this, is going to help with like me basically popping or spitting in the microphone. So, but it also helps kind of reduce the ambience noise as well too, I have noticed. So on the bottom here, you're also going to have a 3/8 to 5/8 mounting. So that way you can actually mount this onto a arm or a boom pole, whatever you want to call it here. With the Siren X, it didn't have that. You had to actually order a separate one if you wanted to do that. So it's nice to see they have this because, like I mentioned, when you're doing streaming and such, especially on PC with a mechanical keyboard, there's no way you can have that on a desktop, man. It's going to be annoying and people are going to leave your stream because they're going to be so annoyed. Although some people do like the sound of the mechanical keyboards, they don't like it that much. So I definitely recommend getting an ARM for this. So what we're going to do right now, though, guys, we're going to go ahead, we're going to plug this in because, like I mentioned, it is a plug and play. Just want to kind of go over with you guys what this is all about here. If you're in line, I know a lot of you are in line looking for microphones and such, and if you are, I'm just here to tell you guys that this one here, the HyperX Solocast, is definitely going to be a cheaper option at $60. It's not going to break the bank if you're, and again, if you are a streamer or a content creator, this is going to be more than enough. The Quadcast is pretty cool looking, of course. It does have the LED. The Quadcast Pro has the the RGB as well too, so it does light up and stuff when you're unmuted and such. But again, though, for me though, I just wanted to basically get a microphone that's going to help me out with some streaming and pick up a great quality at a great price. So what we're going to do right now, guys, we're going to go ahead, we're going to jump on over to the PC. And we're going to go ahead and just basically check this thing out in action. I'm going to show you guys, exactly, what you can get as far as audio and what it picks up and everything here from different ranges. And of course, I'll show you how it mutes and everything as well too, and how it goes on to the actual arm as well. So let's go ahead and let's jump over and let's take a look. Alright guys, so here we are. I'm currently at my desktop using my camera here. I want to go ahead and show you guys exactly how. So what you're picking up right now, what you're hearing, is going to be through the HyperX Solocast. So it's literally right in front of me here, right behind my keyboard, which of course, if anybody knows better, that's not really where you want to have it. So we're going to test it first on the desktop here so I can show you guys. So right now it's kind of how it works and everything. So right now it's kind of, it's pointed, it's tilted up at me. Obviously you can adjust it, so you're probably picking up a little bit of noise here and there, as you can tell. So one thing too, if you hit the desk, or if you're rage or something, or if you just basically put a water down, which you're gonna get the vibration because there is no shock mount, which kind of does suck. But again though, for $60, I'm not gonna complain much. If I wanted a shock mount and everything here, I would want the Quadcast, or I can just order it myself. So again, this is what you're getting right now when you're picking it up. Again, it's right in front of me here. Let's go ahead and kind of mess with the keyboard a little bit. So if you're playing a game that requires the keyboard, then there you go. You're going to pick up the noise quite a bit here. It's probably nowhere near as bad as the Siren X was. That thing was horrible at picking up noise. I had to put in so many different filters and such and compressions. It was crazy, but it worked. But again, though, a lot of extra work that I didn't really want to do. I wanted a more plug and play experience. So, all right, so let's go ahead and let's move this around a little bit here. So let's go ahead and move it in front of the keyboard. Again, this is the HyperX Solocast. It's off to the side a little bit here, but it's in front of the keyboard. And that's the sound you're going to get. So once again, this is a cardioid, so I am talking off to the side of the microphone, so it's not going to pick it up as well as, if I literally put it right in front of me here, then it's going to basically be picking up the audio what's directly in front of me. This is going to definitely sound better than being off to the side. But again, though, it's not going to be as good as putting this on a microphone or on a boom pole or on a arm, which we're going to go ahead and do right now so you guys can go ahead and take a look. So I'm going to do really quick though. I'm going to go ahead and move the microphone around. So as you can see, it's right now the HyperX Solocast is off to the side, which means it's pointing to the right. This is what it sounds like from behind. So as you can tell, it's not picking up that audio and everything from behind the microphone. This is what it sounds like off to the left. As you can tell, it's going to be picking up more of your left side here. But again though, once you move it back to the front, boom, there you have it. It doesn't sound bad on desktop here, but again though, it's not my preferred way to play. Without having that shock mount and everything here, it's basically gonna pick up every little thing that you do. Not that, like I mentioned, the keyboard nowadays I just can't deal with. So let's go ahead and let's jump over and let's put it on the arm here and see how it sounds on there. Alright, so for me, this is going to be my way. This is how I stream. I put it right here. I do have it on a little arm. Like I said, it does have that 3/8 to 5/8 thread on the very bottom. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put it right here, kind of right in front of me. This is usually typically where I put it at when I'm streaming. I did forget to show you guys one thing here, and it's going to be the mute. Again, I'm going to go ahead and take off the pop filter here so you guys can check out the difference. So this is what it's going to sound like without the pop filter. So again, though, you're going to be getting that, like boy or Pop-Tart or something like that. Now you're going to be getting that quite a bit here, as well as you're going to get some extra ambient noise as well. So you do, like I said, have this whole mute where you can just go you tap it, the light will flash in front, or there's got a little LED light here that shows you that you're live. It shines up red here. If you do mute it, it's going to be basically be blinking back and forth, so that way you know that it's muted, and that way you know when you're live as well too here. So again, this is what it's going to sound like being on an actual arm here, and it does, like I said, probably sound a lot better here. Let's go ahead and let's test out the keyboard noises. So again, if you're like me, you play with a mechanical keyboard, you're going to get that, as well as mouse clicks and everything here too, which you can probably pick up the mouse click a little bit. But again though, it's not going to be nowhere near as bad as when it's on your desktop. So let's go ahead and let's add the pop filter back on here. Now another thing too though is trying to mute the microphone with the pop filter on. It's still going to work, as you can see right here. It is a little bit harder to push, but really guys, it takes like a little bit more effort to push the actual mute button. As I said, it's a touch to mute, so again, it's fairly simple to do. It's not going to hurt anything. So I definitely, once again, suggest using a pop filter. Again, guys, like I said, I just wanted to go ahead and I wanted to take a look at the HyperX Solocast, because I know I've had people tell me that they're in line for a microphone. When I was looking for one, I had people trying to suggest things to me, which I'd love to be able to afford a big studio microphone, but let's face it, guys, I don't basically use it for that much. So I wanted to get something that was fairly simple, that wasn't going to break the bank, and that was going to be great quality. I have HyperX headsets. I have used some other keyboards as well here too in the past, and I definitely do like them. I think that they're great quality, and again, at $60, you can't go wrong if you're doing some light streaming and content creation. Even if you're not doing just some light streaming and content creation, it's definitely going to be a good mic for you guys to use here. So I definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend using an arm on a desktop, as well as maybe even picking up one of these pop filters as well too, as it definitely does help out. So guys, make sure you like the video here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on that bell notification to keep updated with all things that is Chit Chat Gaming. And once again guys, this has been Mike saying happy gaming.